Welcome to Subramani. We celebrate everything in our lives, right? Right from graduation, getting a professional degree, marriage, engagement, birth of a child. Some people even celebrate their divorce. Then we have events for things like this baby shower. Then on death, funerals, right? So all these things, there is some marking event which we celebrate or we mourn, we get together, we talk about it. One event which is perhaps the most important event in the life of a person, which is not even mentioned, is retirement. People just say, oh, retired, then there will be one stupid meeting in the office and they say, oh, now for him that time is not important, we are still giving him a watch, or some shitty statement like that. There will be some bouquet, everybody will clap and say, from tomorrow Mr. Nair, Mr. Iyer, Mr. Rao, whatever, will no longer be with us, we will miss you, and all that kind of shit. And then you're asked to go home. You suddenly have some 2 crores of PF, etc., and your portfolio, and now is the transition of money. Till today you were earning money, and all those things which you were celebrating today would become source of worry. What am I saying? I'm saying when you are, say, 45 and perhaps at your investing peak, if the market fell, you would be very happy because you would get more units, right? You could buy more shares. That is exactly how you should be reacting. How you react could be very different, but this is how you should be reacting. Now is a transition when you have to use that money, and that's not easy. For very many people, it's not easy. Let's take a person with a portfolio of, say, 3 crores. Let us say he's getting a 2% dividend, which is about 6 lakhs. And there is a 10% appreciation in the portfolio. So end of the year, he should technically have 3 crore 36 lakhs minus expenses. Now, if his expenses are more than 6 lakhs, he will worry because his expenses are more than the cash flow. And now he is very hesitant to draw from the 3.3 crores because he thinks 3.3 crores he must have. He cannot withdraw from the appreciation, right? People get scared to withdraw from the capital, and this fear could be morbid. It happened to my father at the age of 72. He said, but this money will come out of my capital. I said, at 72, you don't have to worry about money coming out of your capital because you may have only another 5, 7, 10 years to go. He lived another 17 years. He died at the age of 89, but he left a corpus much bigger than what it was when he was 72 years of age. Obviously much bigger than what when he was 60 years of age when he retired. That time it was quite small, but he typically got the booms and never worried about the falls. So he created wealth for himself. But the ability to withdraw money and spend is not going to be easy. So unless if your goal is to say, I want to die rich, I want to die with all my money intact, you should be able to spend it. It's not going to be very simple. So you have to make an effort. When you have a lot of money lying in the bank which you didn't use, it means a lot of missed opportunities, especially from your 60 to 70 years, because after 70, spending on vacations and all may be great, but you may not enjoy it so much. Typically, I give an example that if you buy a longish lens, say 400 mm prime Canon lens, it's pretty expensive. Holding it like this for 15-20 minutes is not going to happen. Your shoulders are going to be giving away, right? So especially in your late 60s, you won't be able to hold your camera that way for a long time. So a big lens, yes, you can afford it, but can you afford the physical effort of holding it up? That's a question to ask. Largely, a lot of money in the bank also means a lot of missed opportunities of not visiting your grandchildren, not being with your grandchildren when they're graduating, not being with your children when they're enjoying themselves, not making enough trips to meet them, not making enough making enough trips with friends, with relatives, not attending weddings in the family with friends, children, etc., etc., right? All those missed opportunities are called controlled amounts of money, because now you're at a stage when you can spend the money. So there are two stages. One, when you retire and you have a corpus and you know that your corpus is more than sufficient for your spending. And second is when your children are doing well, you being able to spend your money more carefully or less carefully, because you know that they have enough and they don't need this money. So your money is all for you, and if you have say 65 years of age and you have 4 crores, you're comfortably off, because your living expenses are not too high. So occasionally traveling business class, or always traveling business class, using a better, not using, using Ola Prime instead of the basic, I don't remember what it's called, or in Uber using a higher level, or in or traveling business class, or traveling premium economy if you're traveling by one of our Indian airlines. All these things you can change. You can buy good quality stuff so that you feel whether it is good quality shoes. I think good quality shoes is a fantastic investment, because it's also an insurance against falling and hurting yourself. Trying to save 2000 rupees on a shoe, saying, oh, I'm able to get this for 800 rupees and that shoe is 4000 rupees. You're trying to save what, 3000 rupees, but what happens if you fall, break your leg and spend 2.5 lakhs in the hospital, right? So some of it is insurance, some of it is to say, this is giving me comfort and it is so great. Buy good quality stuff, do all that. And is there any way how the children can help? Well, this is what I tell children. Just don't ask them to spend their money. Don't ask your parents to spend your money. Let's say you're only son or your only daughter, you're anyway going to inherit all that money, right? So even if you're two of you and your parents are coming to visit you, buy them the tickets, buy them business class tickets. You're going to inherit this money. If your parents have 5 crores, after some time that is going to become 10 crores, because they have not spent much, and when they die, each one of you is going to inherit 5 crores. So you're just spending your own future inheritance in a little in advance. So if you spend 50,000-60,000 rupees on a ticket, or 2.5 lakhs for a ticket, doesn't really matter. Do it, go ahead, do it, because they will not do it themselves. So unless you tell them, oh, these are against my points, don't worry, it's okay to travel business class, I've got a lot of points. True, false, doesn't really matter. You spend your cash flow, because your parents won't. So when you come, maybe you buy it from the duty-free shop, but buy them something, right? So whatever it is, wherever you come from, buy it locally. It's okay. Your parents will not spend money on themselves. That's okay, because they've got used to not spending. Now this transition of collecting money or earning money and creating a corpus versus using that corpus to spend it is not easy, because you've not been taught that skill. The human mind is not created to take a lump sum and see day-to-day fluctuations and still be able to withdraw. What happens if, like Japan, for next 30 years, if the market keeps going down, what happens, etc. These questions will keep arising in people's mind, especially if they have an equity portfolio. So when to withdraw from equity, when to withdraw from debt, when not to withdraw at all, right? All these questions will keep arising. Should you have equity, or should you have equity mutual fund? Should your parents have equity beyond his age of 70 when he has some serious disorders? Will he or she be able to manage it? Or should I simplify the portfolio, or should I sit remotely and manage it and say, you don't worry about it, I'll make sure that there is 30,000 rupees in your account every month, and I will make online payments for your electricity, telephone, gas, whatever. You make all those payments, and every month you can withdraw 20,000 rupees or 30,000 rupees for your cash expenses, which also is reducing dramatically. You can pay the salary of the employee or servant who is working in your parents' place from Chicago, from Canada, from Calcutta. It doesn't really matter, right? As long as on the due date you use your UPI or something and make the payment to her. So the parents' need for cash goes down, the need to go to the bank goes down, the need to look at their net worth statement goes down. And this I am talking of a parent beyond the age of 70. Till 70 maybe he is alert, till 85 maybe he is alert. So you let them do whatever they want, but you sitting in a remote place as a second holder can do all that work without needing any cash. right? So you can do all that. You can order the stuff on any of the websites and put their address, and it will reach them. That's a good way to force them to spend some more money of theirs on these things. You don't tell them anything, you just say, oh, this Amazon package is coming for you. Could be a better quality of walking stick, could be a bathroom mat, could be a nice shower chair on which you sit and take a shower. All these, believe me, are essentials, not luxuries. Do they look expensive? They are far less expensive than the risk of falling in the bathroom and breaking your hip. You have to look at all these things as an insurance against accident. Will accidents still happen? Sure, accidents will happen. Is it possible for them to pick a heavy chair from the bathroom and put it outside? Maybe not. Maybe it's difficult. Maybe the servant will do it. But helping them spend on things which I think are absolutely necessary. And what are necessities at 80 may look like a luxury at 60, but it's an absolute must and compulsory at 80, right? Having good quality remote controls, having handlebars inside the house, putting it wherever you think it is necessary for them to visiting or senior citizen old age homes to copy these kind of ideas, seeing what have they implemented, how you can use it, right? All those things you have to do. They may not be willing to spend. So this transition, if we don't make well, which none of us do because we are not taught how to retire properly, then it becomes that where maybe you have a lot of money, maybe you're rich, maybe you'll die rich, but you would have lived very poor. Make sure that does not happen to you or to your parents. Thank you.